Hi everyone, and welcome to EvePearlTV, live and unscripted just for you. And now from the heart of New York City, the Eve Pearl studio, 5-time Emmy Award-winning makeup expert, Eve Pearl.
And welcome to EvePearlTV. Clearly, we are still working out our kinks. Thank you for hanging in there for us. Again, we are here in the heart of New York City. It is Tuesday, 5 o'clock, and thank you guys for being here. I want to go over a couple of hot topics with y'all because I like going over some hot topics before I introduce our very, very special guest that we have hidden away in a room. Firstly, I want to go over a couple of things that have been going on here with the Eve Pearl studio this past week. We have had a wonderful article. By the way, a big shout out to Lisa Ansell from the Examiner.com. So thank you very much for doing a great review of our products and putting it on, so you could catch it on, also on our blog spot, and you could catch it on Examiner.com. So thank you so much, Lisa. And we wanted to give a big shout out to Corin Zander from Encore. He was here in our studio just this weekend with Miss West Virginia, who is adorable, and her name is Erica Jade. We've got great pictures of Erica and Corin, and they were here. Thank you very much for stopping by. So let's give a big hand to them. Thank you. And if any of you watched The View today, that was, you saw Ariana Huffington, who I love and adore. Oh, where are the magazines? And now we actually have the actual magazines. We will bring them later in the course of the show. They're on my table somewhere, but I have both the magazines that I did the covers on for Ariana, and she was on The View today, all the great ladies of The View. So lots of things have been going on. I'm actually on my vacation. This is what I do on my vacation. I come to my store and try to get things going. Of course, the entire Eve Pearl team is here. I want you guys to do a big quick round of everyone. We'll show everyone later as well, but we've got over there Carla and Aina. Ladies, introduce yourselves. Give a shout out.
Hi, Marie. Shane.
Mabel. We've got Joey. We've got Genevieve, Palm, Sharon, Herberto, and Danielle. And I think that's who is around here. And who do we have hiding away in the back of the room? We've got the incredible Crystal Wright. Before she comes out, I've got to tell you, this past weekend, Crystal was doing one of her amazing seminars. It's really called the Packaging Your Portfolio Workshop. And I had the pleasure of being there with the fabulous Sam Fine, and also Oscar James does incredible hair for all the hot women. And Amanda was there as well. She is from a huge agency. We're going to let Crystal talk more about it. So before I continue more, I really want you guys all to meet Crystal Wright. She is known worldwide, not only for being an inspirational speaker, motivator, but truly to help every one of us get our business going, whether you're in hair, makeup, photography, styling. But really, if you're an entrepreneur or have the heart to become one, no one can help you better than my friend Crystal Wright. So can we give a big hand to Crystal? Come on out, Crystal. Look at you, hottie.
I look fabulous.
Oh, you look fabulous.
You look fabulous.
So here you are. Welcome. Welcome to our show.
Thank you.
So here are our cameras. You can look at them. We could sort of like cheat and semi-look at them.
Okay.
Crystal just ran in a few minutes. She is a woman on the go. Welcome.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm so excited to be here. And to have had my makeup done by the fabulous Eve Pearl.
It doesn't
Don't
even
think
count.
I came here looking like this. I did not.
You know what? It was a 10-minute, it was a quickie. You know, we do quickies in makeup as well. Sometimes you have an hour, sometimes you have 10 minutes. You got to do what you can. Luckily, I have a beautiful, beautiful person here, so it was very easy to make up. So, thank you for being here, Crystal. I have to tell you, I've been waiting a long time just to even speak with you because you've been so busy, and I've been following your career. You have helped my career and so many others. And I have to just, first of all, I would like you to introduce yourself to the people out there, because I could talk and talk about you, but can you please help everyone know exactly what it is that you do?
What I do? Well, for 24 years, I represented makeup artists, hairstylists, and fashion stylists, and manicurists. I don't want to forget the manicurists.
Very important.
Like the other day in the class, Julie reminded me, don't forget the manicurists. So I also represented manicurists for work in the entertainment industry. Print, video, film, print. Mostly what we did was print music videos, television commercials, a lot of advertising stuff, little bit of television, and a little bit of film. But what I would do for them was I negotiated all of their deals, I put their portfolios together, I, helped them just in general with marketing, we put their comp cards together, everything that you have to do from soup to nuts in order to succeed as a makeup, hair, fashion stylist behind the scenes.
Right, so we're going to break all that up now because I know, and you know, you can be an incredible makeup artist, hairstylist, you could be incredible talent in whatever you do. But if you don't know how to market yourself properly, if after you do a job you don't know how to invoice, if you don't know how to negotiate a deal,
if you don't know how to send a thank you card, I didn't say a thank you email, I said a thank you, physical thank you card.
See, I'm always learning from Crystal. I have to tell you, one of the first things I ever did when I became a makeup artist was I was always hearing about, oh my gosh, did you get Crystal Wright's book? Did you get Crystal Wright's book? I actually got the 2nd edition. So that's how far. And what edition are you on now, by the way?
The 5th edition.
So I will get to her incredible book because every single one of us out there, not only, I really almost don't think it should be limited to the hairstylists and makeup artists and photographers and nail artists and fashion stylists. I think it's really for anyone that has their own business. I feel it's for anyone who is an entrepreneur, and now is the time. I feel like these are the times that everyone needs to know how to get out there, invoice, market.
Invoice themselves, market themselves, and in particular now you've got the internet. There was a time when all makeup artists only used a portfolio. Now you have the internet. It's not just the internet, it's your email. It's like you can choose the wrong email address. Every time I get a makeup artist in my workshop and I ask them, what is your email address? And they say, oh, it's jennyjones71665@AOL.com. I'm like, do you honestly think anyone is going to remember the 7166543, whatever that is? It's really about simplifying your email addresses, your web addresses, and the things that you use to market yourself to make it easy for people to find you and hire you.
And remember you, like what's your email?
Yeah, my email is crystal@crystalwrightlive.com, and I'll bet yours is eve@evepearl.com.
There you go. We want to make it as simple for us not to forget and for you not to forget.
That's right. Everybody, what happens if somebody needs to get a hold of you quickly? They're not at their home computer. They're on the laptop. They didn't transfer the information from one place to another. They're trying to get a hold of you, and now you want them to remember Joni Jones at 7166455@hotmail.com. That's crazy.
Right. It's like, where did I meet Joni Jones? Was it that nightclub? Was it the conference? Exactly. Or was it at the trade show? Or who is Jenny Jones?
Oh, yeah, exactly.
No offense, Jenny, but
no offense, Jenny, wherever you are. We're not. It's not really about you.
It's not. It's back to us. No. No, but we want to make it about you, and that's the whole thing. One of the reasons I really wanted to have Crystal here is because I can't stress the importance of business. Everyone spends so much time learning the art and the art of this and the art of that, the technique of this and the technique of that, but I feel we forget that there's an art and a technique to so much more. I just want to grab your book because that's the one. Can you guys hand me Crystal's book there? Thank you. Because I want you to see, it's not like a little book. This is the hair, makeup, and fashion styling career guide. Okay, this is it. Now, it's pretty darn thick, and it has everything in here. Like this is the 4th edition, right? 4th?
No, this is the 5th.
5th, sorry.
This is the 5th edition.
Now, 2 editions was also the 2nd, so it's always being updated. And what do you have in here? What are some of the things they could find in here?
You can find in there how to put your website together. You can find in there how to put your portfolio together, how to put your comp cards together, how many images you should have on your comp card, depending on where, for instance, you want to go in the industry. If you're putting together a comp card because you want to do catalog work, that's going to be very different than putting together a comp card because you want to work in the entertainment industry and work with celebrities. It's going to be different if you're putting together a comp card because you want to do television or film, because TV and film are the only places where you can really do a comp card that has before and after shots on it.
And that's
you
what
can't do that if you want to show your portfolio and show your work to magazines. They don't get before and after.
They don't. Also in here you have agencies and places you go. How do you do an invoice? Like, I had no idea how to invoice properly. How do you negotiate? How do you do a deal memo? Who even thinks about these things until after it's too late?
Yeah, people don't think about deal memos until they've had a conversation with an art director or producer on the phone and they made an agreement on a particular rate, and then at the end of the shoot the person says, the decision maker says, oh, that's not what we agreed to. That's why it's called a paper trail. You send over a deal memo because the deal memo confirms the terms, conditions, rates, overtime, and everything on your job. When it's all said and done, you produce your piece of paper and your invoice, and there's never ever a question about it.
Right. Now, I know that you've been doing this for many years. What made you want to write? Like, why? What made you want to write this book? What motivated you to write this?
Well, there were two things. Number one was that I used to sit on the phone for hours telling people what to do, telling people how to put their portfolio together, how to do all these things. And my assistant, Judy, was going nuts. She's like, you have to get off the telephone. We have things to do, Crystal. It was that, and then there was a young girl that had gone to a makeup school very close to where I lived. And she came to me because she couldn't get a job. Because she had graduated from makeup school. She didn't have a clue what her resume was supposed to look like. She didn't have a clue what a comp card was. She didn't know where to go buy a portfolio. She didn't know what to do. She didn't know how to negotiate with an art director. She didn't know what her day rate should be. And then she didn't know how to raise the day rate as she went on. That's why I wrote this book.
And it was easier, you thought it'd be easier to have everything in one place?
Yeah.
So how much time did you spend per person?
Oh yeah, talking
every time on the phone.
But the funny thing was, when I first started writing this, it was going to be 16 pages.
No.
It's 400 pages and it weighs 2 pounds.
And it's really what we call in the industry our Bible. It's our, not to go against anyone's religion, but this is for business-wise, to get your career going to the next level. It is in my opinion, every makeup artist and hairstylist and designer, photographer, nail artist, it is our Bible because no one teaches us. Even if you go to school, you might learn the art of how to, and you might kind of touch on some things, but it's really difficult to really get step by step and to have it right there to show you how to do it. Now, I have a gazillion questions. I'm sure you guys do as well. Can we go to our panel over there? Because we've got a great USTREAM crowd. By the way, shout outs. Who are we shouting out to?
We're shouting out to Plethora Solutions.
Plethora Solutions. I like that.
Wait a minute. I know who that is. Wait a minute. I know who Plethora Solutions. Who is that?
We're shouting out to our favorite Mad Madam Jess.
Hello, Mad Madam Jess, our favorite fan. Oh no, our Yvette, because I wanted Pearlettes, but you won out because you wanted Yvette, so fine. I'm letting you have it. That's how much I would listen to you. Okay, so to the Yvettes, big shout out to you guys.
And Fusion Color, we're also shouting out.
Okay, Fusion Color, what questions do we have there? So Fusion.
We're still waiting.
Hi, Fusion Color.
Still waiting on some questions.
Okay, so the questions, Joey said to ask about if there's any questions from the people. So next time, I will ask questions for you, okay?
You sound like me during my panel, my workshop. I always tell my students, when we've got this big panel, like when we had you and Sam and Oscar and Amanda from Artists by Timothy Priano, that's who that was, and I'll say to them, okay, I will let you guys go. I'm going to sit back in the cut as long as you ask questions. But if you don't ask questions, I'm going to start asking them for you. And then you're going to be really embarrassed because you've been sitting here waiting for Eve and Sam and all these people all day long. But that was a good class, wasn't it?
It was a great class. If I do want to also encourage y'all, if you are ever in the areas that Crystal's, I know that you do something in LA.
I do the class in LA, New York, Atlanta, and I'm adding Chicago back to my schedule this year.
That's terrific. And the classes are two days.
2 days.
And they're intense. I was there on the panel, and she really brings some, if I do say so myself, some pretty major people to come in, and we really we want to be there because we respect Crystal so much. We're not there as a job or anything like that. We respect Crystal when she's in town and we're around. We're happy to be there, and for Sam and Oscar and Amanda and myself to all kind of want to be there and support because we want to help other artists and just other entrepreneurs get themselves going. And truly, Crystal, I mean, your 2-day course is intense. It's hard-hitting. Where can they find your work? What's your website again?
My website is crystalwrightlive.com, and Wright is W-R-I-G-H-T, so that's C-R-Y-S-T-A-L. WRIGHTLIVE.com. They can go there and find all the information. There's a tab that says workshop classes and workshops. Just click on it, and everything about the workshop is right there.
Now, this incredible woman in her free time, I don't know where she finds time to do all these things. Oh, by the way, I want you to know, do hang out. We've got some great promos, not only from us, but we made, Crystal was very happy and generous enough to give us some of her promos as well. We're going to share with you in a few minutes. But in your spare time, you found time to write another book?
I did find time
30 days
to write
at 100%?
30 days at 100%. Changing your life 30 days at a time.
So 30 days at 100% is right here. So what made you write this book?
Well, you know,
Beautiful.
My life was kind of a mess in 2009.
Whose wasn't?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'd gone through a really horrible divorce. And once I got through that, I had one good year, because that ended in 2007. That ended, 2007. I had a good year. Then 2008 came, and the recession hit, and it was just all downhill. I mean, I remember seeing bankruptcy papers from my clients sitting on my kitchen table. And one day in March of 2009, I was sitting in my house looking out my window, wondering what had happened to my fabulous life. I wasn't nearly as fabulous in 2009 as I am right now. I remember sitting there and I had on some sweats and a t-shirt and my hair was slung up in a ponytail, and I never looked like that. That's just not my deal. And God dropped 30 days at 100% into my spirit. And I picked up the phone, I called one of my girlfriends, and I said, Felice, are you living your life at 100%? And she said, well, what does that mean? I don't know what you're talking about. So I don't know what I'm talking about either, but I'm still asking you the question, are you living your life at 100%? And she said, well, I don't think so, because Felice owns this business called Black Girl Travel, where she takes women to Europe and all over the place, but she wasn't doing nearly as well as she could be doing. And she said, I don't think so, because I know I could be making more money. I got off the phone with her. I called my girlfriend, Kathy. Are you living your life at 100%? She said, no, I hate my job. I called Manifa Mortis, the makeup artist. Are you living your life at 100%? And Manifa said, no, I don't think so, because I have this idea for this makeup line, and I'm not doing anything. When I tell you that in the last year, all of us have turned our lives around. Felice, instead of taking 40 women, took 75 women to Italy. She added another trip to Israel. She's doing all kinds of things. My girlfriend Kathy has a new job with a bigger title, making more money. And I have resurrected my life, closed the agency, increase the business I'm doing with my workshops and getting to more markets, and now I've got 30 days at 100%, and I get calls from people all the time telling me that it's changing their lives, from the littlest things to the biggest things. Sometimes we don't realize that the small things that we're not doing are the things that are keeping us from moving on, doing much bigger things.
Absolutely. And in these times, it's easy to complain. Woe is me, things are hard. I might not have the job I want, the man I want, the life I want, the body I want. Please, if I was going to start, we can always find things to complain about.
Yeah.
However, nothing is forever. Not the great, fabulous times, and not the bad times. So if you're in a bad, difficult situation right now, just hang in there. Hang in there, because there are great things coming to you. It is coming to you. You're planting your seeds. You've got great resources out there. I mean, I believe in things like this 30 days at 100%, because if you could do anything for 30 days, because they say that, if you could do it for 30 days, it becomes part of you. And that really goes for anything.
Oh, yeah.
If you can, modify your diet, be on a routine, go to the gym, you can make it part of your life. And it's not so overwhelming. So if you think about it one day at a time, 30 days just will come and will be gone and will be great. But I also want to quote a great man, Herb Distant, who always says, you cannot be 100% of the time. So that's okay too. You cannot be very difficult. Don't be so hard on yourself. So if you're not 100% every day, at least try. Know that you've given 100% effort.
Yeah.
To be
and
100%.
tomorrow's a new day.
Tomorrow isn't. Those are the pearls of wisdom for today.
Tomorrow is another day. You get to start over every single day.
That's right. And as crazy as it might seem to you right now, things will get better. Things will pass. Having great success doesn't last forever, but also having great hardship does not last forever. So just hang in there. So for all of you, because many people always think, God, am I doing the right thing? What am I doing? I don't know what's going on. Just stay on your path. If you could I always feel if you can just hang in there.
One of my favorite scriptures is Proverbs chapter 4, verses 25, 26, 27. It says, I look straight ahead, I stay on the path. I am safe. I am not sidetracked. And when I start getting sidetracked, because I recently found out I had ADD, you know what I mean? It's just like I'm all over the place. I try to remember that, and I just stop what I'm doing, and I say, I look straight ahead. I stay on the path. I am safe. I am not sidetracked. And sometimes I have to say it over and over and over again until it calms me down and gets me refocused so I can start moving ahead on working on one thing.
And it's not easy to do, so don't beat yourself up. Although sometimes having a little bit of ADD with a type A personality, like some of us, will make you a multitasker who's an overachiever. But it's very important to find that balance and to stay, focused, because focus is very important. So, Crystal, where will you be next, and what dates are you going to be?
Okay, let's see. I have a class coming up in
I know in
December.
December 4th and 5th.
December 4th and 5th. We're going to be doing that at the Sheraton Gateway Hotel. And also, can I give them my phone number?
Yeah,
my phone
go
number
for it.
323-299-0500.
Say one more time.
323-299-0500. So we have the class coming up in December, and then the schedule starts over next year. My first class in New York is June, I think it's June 15th and 16th.
It'll be on her website.
It's on my website. But
everything is updated.
Is it 16 and 17?
Hold on, shout it out, Genevieve. What is it? When is it?
Yeah, Genevieve.
This is a live.
18 and 19.
Okay.
October 15 and 16.
Okay, so June 18th and 19th. And then October 15th and 16th, I do 2 classes every single year in New York.
I have to tell you, if you have the opportunity to be in one of those cities or towns, I know people fly from all over, because in New York there are people from everywhere, from
Ohio,
Atlanta,
from Philadelphia, from Atlanta, from Miami, from just all over the place.
And it's worth it. It's like really being in a boot camp. It is truly a boot camp for success, I feel. Not only for success,
maybe
but
I'll change the name. That sounds good.
Boot camp works.
Boot camp for success.
Ooh, there you go. It'll kick your butt into what you need to be doing, because truly all of us need a little bit of, butt kicking. And Crystal, in her lovely package, she kicked my
butt kicker.
And she truly is. I have to say this. I sit here today with my own business, with the whole Eve Pearl brand, but many years ago, I didn't know how to write an invoice. I never had an agent. I didn't know really where to start, how to go about negotiating. And it was reading the pages of this, one of your books. That it was like, again, that point, that's how far back it goes. That's how old I am. But it really, truly helped me. And from there, here we are. So I want to give the promotion for Crystal's, for what Crystal's brought to us with her promotions. Aina, can you give us some information there on Crystal's promos, what she's offering?
I sure can. Here are some of the exciting promotions that we have from CrystalWrightLive.com. We have, if you put in the code EVE5, that's EVE and the number 5, you get $5 off of the book 30 Days at 100%. If you put in the code EVE and the number 10, you get $10 off the Hair, Makeup, and Styling Career Guide. If you put in the code EVE and the number 20, you get $20 off of the one-day workshop on DVD. And if you put in the code EVE75, you get $75 off of the 2-day workshop. Is that also on DVD?
No, the 2-day workshop is live.
The 2-day workshop live, that's awesome. That's an amazing deal. $75 off of a 2-day live workshop with Crystal Wright herself. Get it from, right from the person. You can't beat that.
No, and thank you, Aina. By the way, you were there this weekend. How amazing was Crystal's session?
The panel was fantastic, getting to be around all those amazing and influential people who just had so much knowledge to share and so many great things to say. It just really, really inspired you. So if you're a makeup artist and a hairstylist and you need a little recharge, it's just great to be around people who are on their game and 100%. It was really inspiring for myself personally, even not even being part of the workshop. So I was very grateful for that.
You were working here, Pom. Pom just had to. Because she was working. Somebody has to man the place. But Aina and Mabel.
Can't close the doors.
We have a small handful of people here at Eve Pearl, but I have to say, they're the most incredible team I could ever truly hope and wish for. I am so proud of every single person here, because, by the way, all of these people who are manning our computers, manning our cameras, doing photos, they're all makeup artists. And that's one of the things that you learn also, makeup artists and I don't really know where to make, or editors. We do have people that do other things as well, but I'm saying a lot of people here are makeup artists that do other things. Like we're not just, and by the way, the people that start out being editors and filmmakers, now they've become makeup artists. Am I not, right? Danielle has been great.
Come to EvePearl and you will become a makeup artist.
Yes, because you need to be multi-dimensional. You need to be multi-talented, multifaceted. We are not defined by our one profession. We have many talents. I mean, for instance, you know, Crystal does everything that she does, but she still has to have, for instance, a visual competitive edge. You know, maybe, and what does that mean? Because we're all about the visual competitive edge. Because yes, I am in a ponytail all day. I was running around today doing things. Yesterday I was, you know, schlepping things and moving in storage.
Today with no makeup, and look at me. I look fabulous, and everything I'm wearing is EvePearl.
How does it feel on your face, by the way?
I don't feel it at all.
Look how
I don't feel it at all. As a matter of fact, when I'm leaving here, I want somebody to call in and tell me where I should go, where there's a fabulous bar so I can have a cocktail and meet some fabulous man looking like this.
Take off your glasses for a second. I want them to see how beautiful you are. I mean, look at Crystal. Truly, she came in, she ran in. I was like, let's get some lashes on. I don't even have lashes. Oh, we're looking at this camera.
Yeah, exactly. Wait a minute. I want you guys to look at me because right now I took my glasses off. I cannot see any of you. I can't see.
We look fantastic. No, but it's like, it's because we've never had the time. Okay, so he's telling you to look at this camera.
I'm looking.
All right, you can put the glasses on so you can see everybody again.
Can I put my glasses on so I can see?
So basically, it's the first time that I've had a chance to put makeup on Crystal, because we're always, when we see each other, we're so busy. You're doing your thing, I'm doing my thing. And I'm really thrilled that you like the way it feels, because it's actually skincare. So it's going to be treating your skin. You can go to sleep in it if you need to, because it's going to be partying late at night tonight. I don't know. But you can totally go to sleep in it and enjoy your time. But and now we gotta hook you up with some. Let's get her a nice little bag of her own little Eve. Yes, we gotta give you a little
EvePearl bag.
Everyone who comes here gets a little to-go bag.
I have to say one more thing too. Is that, you know, we all have our list of people we'd like to meet and list of things we'd like to have done. And one of the people on my list to have my makeup done was EvePearl. So I get to check something off of my list now. You know, I have a list of like 5 makeup artists that I'd love to have my makeup done by. I think that's only fair. I've been in this business all these years. I should have some fabulous people do my makeup, and EvePearl was on my list, so I get to check that off now.
Thank you. Sam, although she really wanted you,
today I am 100%.
We're not available right now. Oh. And now you just made me, you see her compliment to me, just, oh, look at us.
Brows, lashes, cheeks, and
where's
lips.
the alcohol right now when you really need it?
Where is that lemon drop when you need one?
That's right. Where is that Danny DeVito? He must be around somewhere. Sorry, I need to stop, because I'm not even mad.
So we have some questions.
Okay.
We do. Okay.
Saved by the questions. What are they?
Okay, so one of the questions is by Makeup Diva for Life, and she asks, can you be signed to more than 2 agencies at a time?
Oh, that's a very good question. The answer is no. I'll tell you why. There is one instance in the United States where you can have more than one agency, and that's between Anywhere and Miami. Because Miami is an animal all unto itself. When you work in Miami and you work what's called the season from October to March, an agent in LA is not going to be able to help you get jobs in Miami. But most agencies that are in Los Angeles or New York or Chicago expect you to just be represented by them, because they can get you work in other cities. The thing is, if you're in New York and you're trying to be represented by artists by Timothy Priano and be represented by Kim Barboza, when the client calls the books in, when a client calls books in, they call books in from more than one agency. They'll call books in from 4 or 5. They'll call books in from 4 or 5 agencies. So when they do that, if they get your book from Barboza and they get your book from Artists by Timothy Brianna, who are they supposed to book you through? And when the agencies find out, they will both let you go. So the answer to that is no.
Yeah, it's like having, you know, 2 wives or 2 husbands. You can only do it until you get caught, and then
you get caught.
Then you're in trouble. Unless you live in certain parts of the country.
No polygamy here.
There. You know, just throwing it out there. Any other questions?
Yes, we've got quite a few.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a question from Rach Vachik. I believe that is the correct pronunciation. She'd like to know what her business cards and what her resume should look like.
Okay, well, let me tell you what they shouldn't look like. These business cards, I always say, keep it simple. Keep your business card simple. Your business card should have on it your name, your title, your phone number, your email address, and your web address. If you are going to have a picture on your card, and Michael DeVellis and I, we disagree on this all the time. I think it's okay to have a picture on your card as long as it's only one picture and it's on the back of the card. But the other really important thing is, this is business, it is not a party. Having those shiny cards that look like you're going to, you know, that you're getting invited to some party, shiny on the front and shiny on the back. What, does everybody carry a Sharpie in their purse? I don't think so. If somebody were to take your card and they wanted to write something on it, they can't write anything on those shiny cards. Matte cards are best. Keep it simple, don't make it cluttered, and no more than 2 fonts on a business card. What was the other thing they wanted to know about?
The resume.
The resume. On your resume, well, resumes are different based upon whether it's a resume for TV and film or a resume for print, video, and television commercials. Honestly, if you want to know what your resume should look like because it's so detailed, get my book, The Hair, Makeup, and Fashion Styling Career Guide. It's not only going to give you examples of the resume of an artist that does print, video, and television commercials and runway, but it's going to give you an example of a resume of somebody that does TV and film, and it's going to break it down for you. You know, the difference between a resume in television and film is that you have to put almost everything down there. Who you worked with, what you worked on, what director and producer you worked with. But in print, video, and television commercials, it's about the company that you keep. So you'll see a resume that just has a list of photographers. It'll just have a list of videos that they worked on. It'll have a list of directors. You won't know what photographer somebody worked with, on what magazine, on what celebrity, because it's about the company you keep. But it's much simpler if you look in the Hair, Makeup, and Fashion Styling Career Guide.
Fascinating. Now let me ask you, is it ever, when do they need before and after shots? When would it be a good idea for someone?
Before and after shots are great for somebody that's putting together a portfolio or a comp card for film and television, because that's when that becomes important. You know, you have to remember that when you're working on actors, they're not models. So taking somebody and showing what they look like before and what you're going to make them look like after is great on a card that you're doing for television or film.
Yep. The same thing you could do for brides, I think. Because many of us do brides until we do get, not everyone can have a job in television or doing print or whatnot.
And not everybody wants a job in television. Some people make a ton of money doing brides.
Absolutely. And it's a great idea to have those before and afters, and try to also have different ethnicities. You know, don't just limit it to one ethnicity, because then people will think that's all you can do, unless that is all you can do.
Yeah, and not only that, but when you go to work on a job, you go to work on an advertising campaign, and 3 different girls will show up. 1 black, 1 white, 1 Asian. You'll do another job, there will be an Indian girl, a white girl, black girl. What are you going to do? You only have enough colors in your kit to do one person's makeup, and you're going to tell the producer what? Oh, I'm sorry, I can't do her. The same thing with hair.
Yep, and your kit does not need to be a huge suitcase or big luggage. Your kit shouldn't be that huge. You should be able to, the key to success really is the more talent you have, the smaller your kit should become.
Oh, that's
because that was one of the things that I want to thrive at, and my kit now is like that's basically this big, so tiny, tiny, tiny. And I could do anybody, and that's what you want to kind of work for, so you're not schlepping 10 different things. You don't need to have a car and a U-Haul just to get your stuff there. It's not necessary. Now I know we have a lot of questions. Can you guys also, when you're tweeting and getting the questions, tell us where you're from? We want to know where you're watching us from, because I know we have, you know, we've got our friends and our family. You guys are all over the place, all over the world. So please tell us where you're. Even if you're right here from New York, we want to hear where you are from. So when we're saying your name and giving you a shout out, we could say exactly where you're from, because it's exciting to us, because not everyone is in New York City. I wanted to ask you one more thing, Crystal. And I see so many cards of people that have a website and they don't have like a straight email address, or there's a phone number but you don't know where their territory is, because I don't really know every single person's area code. So if you could maybe list.
Well, here's my thing about that though, and this is one of the things I teach in my class, because you'll have girls that are in DC and they want to come work in New York, and I tell them they don't need to really say where they are if they're willing to be in another city in a moment's notice. You know, a lot of times, Eve, if you were working and you needed an assistant for something, and somebody was in Washington, D.C., all you really care about is if they've spent all this time trying to contact you and call you and tell you that they're available, if you call them in D.C. and they're willing to get in their car and drive for 2 or 3 hours to get here, to be here for a job tomorrow, you don't really care where they are. So I tell people, if you are willing to come from one place to another in a moment's notice, then don't tell people where you are. But if you are specifically going to work in Chicago or work in the Midwest somewhere, then put on your card Chicago. Let people know that that's where you're willing to work. And that's important for somebody that has kids and a husband and they really don't plan on doing a whole bunch of traveling and they're only going to go within 100 miles. Then you want to let people know where you are. But if you're willing to get on a plane and go someplace in a moment's notice and you can accept a job that's 24 hours away, then you don't have to tell people where you are.
That's a very good point. You see, who knew? But again, make sure you put your email, because when I just see a website, it's too much work to go to your website, figure out where your contact is. It's too many steps, too much work. So you want to make it easy for us to find people.
And here's another thing, Model Mayhem is not your website.
Okay?
I'm here to tell you, Model Mayhem is not your website. www.yourfirstnameandlastname is your website. If your name is not, and here's another thing, you better go to GoDaddy right now and get your web name. If you don't own your name, that is the least expensive piece of real estate you will ever own. It's $7.49 if you also go to retailmenot.com and get a coupon code and then go to GoDaddy and buy your web name. Everyone should own their name.
Absolutely. And again, these are the little things that nobody tells you about. But that's why I feel that your classes and your book are so worthwhile. But it's true. I mean, what is it? You know, you can splurge your $10. Forget the Happy Meal you were going to get and actually buy your domain space.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if you don't use it, you know, just have to renew it once a year, $7.99. Like we actually bought several. You know, so buy something of your name or something that you want to have. Make sure it's yours. Own it. It's the one thing, because when you're going to be ready for it, someone else might own it.
Somebody else might own it. You know, you can go get your web name, and if you buy it for 10 years, the price gets lower, goes lower and lower and lower.
Yeah.
And it's worth it to have. Even if you don't know right now, you know, what if you decide to get out of makeup and do something else? You still will own your name.
Right.
You should own your name.
Right. By the way, you know, speaking of Twitter, somebody has Eve Pearl. That's why I'm the Eve Pearl. I'm sorry somebody else decided to make it the Eve Pearl. So I've been trying to get Eve Pearl. I don't know who has it. No one ever uses it. It's like some book place. But anyway, if you guys know how I can get my name back, let me know, because that's what happens. You see, somebody else took Eve Pearl, not Eve Pearl.
I won't even tell people what happened to one of my old names.
Really? What happened to one of your old names? I mean, you can't start out with that.
Oh my gosh. Well, here's what happens when you don't own your name or you let your registration lapse. I used to own thecrystalagency.com because The Crystal Agency was my name. That is now a porn site.
Oh. Wow. So, hey.
Don't want that to happen to you.
There you go. The men in here got very excited all of a sudden. Usually that only happens when I'm doing like the breast makeup on them, making the breast look larger. But speaking of great fans all over the world, we want to actually do a special shout out to our fan who's here from the West Coast. Ooh. I didn't realize you're right here. See, because we tell you guys to come visit us during our shows. Tell us again. Come over here. Come over here. I'm gonna have you put you on the spot. You can talk right here. Oh, there's a mic for you. So, how did you end up here? What's your name? Where are you from?
I'm Marie. I'm from Seattle.
That's where I'm from. I grew up in Tacoma, Washington.
I live very close to Tacoma.
Oh my! Where do you live in? Federal Way.
Yes.
My sister.
Don't give away your address.
Home in Federal Way. Oh, yeah.
Ladies,
we don't give our addresses out, but oh my gosh, where'd you go to school?
I went to Edmonds Woodway, actually in Edmonds, and Washington State University.
Oh, you did?
Well educated, pretty, articulate. And how did you end up here?
Well, I go to makeup designery, and I'm in my third class doing hairstyling, and I've been to Eve's workshops, makeup show, the IBS show, and I came in and I know Palm, and she asked me to come, and I said yes, of course.
There you go. By the way, Palm is her makeup designery as well. She started out here as a model, and then as an intern, and now she's running our entire the shop almost. Really, she keeps us all in line, and she's operating the camera. So you see, but everyone who started here actually started here.
I wore black today.
Who knew, right? That it's a New York thing, and now a makeup artist thing. Thank you so much for coming.
You yes,
who knew?
Pleasure.
And you speak quite well. Thank you. Yeah, we make you do everything here because again, you never know when you might be thrown out there on the spot. So. Hey guys, do you have any questions? Because I feel like I'm hogging up Crystal here.
Well, we have some questions, but we also have some shout-outs because we asked where these people are. They are tuning into our show. So we have New York, Canada, LA, Nashville, Miami, Washington, D.C., Saudi Arabia, UK. They're
Arabia.
all over. Yes.
You guys
Wow.
rock. First of all, big hand to you all. Thank you very, very much. I know it's like crazy times. We're trying to schedule it so we can have everyone watch, but Tuesdays are the one day that I'm not working the Today Show and Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, so I'm not up at 3 in the morning and working until 5 and rushing over here and trying to get a show going. But it's been really amazing. By the way, I want to have Aina repeat quickly also Crystal's promos. And we're going to have them up. By the way, these promos are going to be up for us for 24 24 hours. How long do you want to keep yours? 24 hours is good?
24 hours. So if you want to get the book and you want to save $10, then go on my website and get the book. You can save on the DVDs, my workshops, and all of that. And here's what I'll say. There is, on my website right now, you can also do monthly payment plans on the website. So, I mean, on the workshop. So it gives people an opportunity to put down a deposit and make payments from now until...
Like layaway.
Yeah, it's...
I love layaway.
Layaway. See, but
I just say little hair.
But let me tell you something. You and I know layaway.
You're too young to
You
know
guys are too young to remember layaway when you could actually go buy something, put some money down, and pay on it until you got it. But we allow you to have layaway with the workshop. There's if you go online, even regardless of what class you want to take the option for the $300 down. Take that option, and then we will call you to schedule the rest of your payments, and then we'll take the $75 off of another payment. See,
basically they work with you, because you know what? We're all human beings. What people forget is huge corporations become so huge you can't reach a human being sometimes, even though they have lots of human beings. We're all entrepreneurs and people that are building their businesses with a human connection, which is why we do this. We want to hear your input. We want to do this. We also want to give back. For instance, we're going to do our promotion. By the way, I'm going to have Aina tell you our promo, but we had technical issues that our promo really didn't work exactly the way we wanted to, so we're going to do a special promo. Aina, take it away.
Okay, so our code for today's promo, which is going to be good for 24 hours, is EvePearlTV19, and with a $50 purchase, you're going to get 1 free lip palette. The code is EvePearlTV19.
And you also get free shipping right now, so free shipping is available for any orders over $100 domestic and $200 international. Oh, and by the way, what happens for any of these promotional things?
24 hours is the promo, and all sales are final.
So there you go. Basically, whenever we're going to do these great promotions, and by the way, between now and the holidays, you know what's going to be coming up, y'all. That's to those of you that know. You like that, right? But so Crystal, we always like to do, Eve's Pearls of Wisdom, because there's so much to share. And I know you have so much of your own. How do you have a saying that you say about crystals?
Oh, you know what? One of the sayings that I came up, a girlfriend and I were working together on something one time, and what we came up with is no one falls to the top. No one falls to the top. Eve didn't get where she is by sitting around thinking about it. I didn't get where I am by sitting around thinking about it. And the thing that always separates the men from the boys, so to speak, is action. That you have to take an action every single day. There's always something that you can be doing. If you're a makeup artist and you're trying to get started, maybe you can't afford to go out and spend a ton of money on a makeup class right now. But you know what you can do? You can go to the newsstand, you can get some magazines, you can start going through the magazines and familiarizing yourself with the industry.
Yes.
Don't just look at the pictures in magazines at the makeup. Read the credits in the magazines. Read the credits in the magazines. Start to recognize the names of the people who are already playing in this game that you say you want to work in. Learn who the makeup artists are, who the hairstylists are, and who the fashion stylists are. Because one of the best ways to get started in this business is by assisting other makeup artists. And you always want to assist up. So when you look in a Vogue or an Elle or a Glamour or you watch a television show and you start to write down the credits, start to compile a list of 10 people that you would really love to assist. And then on another day, start searching for their information. Look for their email addresses, look for their websites, go find out what they do. Start compiling information about them so that when you finally do get them on the phone, you have something to talk to them about that's important to them, and make it about them and not about you.
Those are incredible words words of Crystal. Crystallized words. Truly, it's been such a pleasure having you. You know, I always think of you as the godfather, the godmother. She is really the true innovator of getting all of us into the next level. So I want to thank you very much for being here, part of our show. I know you guys, I hope you got all this information, but there's only so much you can do in one day. There's so much more you can do in, in 1 hour, that is, only so much. But in 2 days, I think there's a lot of information you can get.
I hope so.
And to people, and I know that every single person that leaves there kind of has a whole different outlook on not only on their career but on life. And your career needs to be a part of your life. So it's part of the balance. It's all the part of what we do and how we strive to succeed. I want to thank you guys so very much for being here. I want to thank Crystal.
Thank you for having me.
Our promo, don't forget it, it's 24 hours. We have 10 minutes to go. I wanted to let Crystal, I wanted to say thank you to her. We'll let her go so we can have our whole crew thing, our regular wrap-up stuff. But Crystal, thank you so much. Don't leave, because later we'll do photos and we'll air them for our next show and also on our website. And we're going to have these things going to Crystal. By the way, for all of you guys on Twitter out there, you've been amazing. Thank you for following us. We started following you, and when I say we, I've actually started doing it myself, and it's been fun. And I'll be doing it at crazy hours of the day. So if you get tweets from me at crazy hours, and I'm figuring out how to use it the right way, I'm still learning. Slow baby steps. And I just really tell your friends about us. We're on USTREAM. We're doing this live. If you have show ideas, we're going to have also Corin from Encore here. We want to have some bloggers here. We want to do some makeup applications. Like I was going to do Crystal's makeup live for you guys to see, but there wasn't enough time, and she, we wanted to make sure that she was representing appropriately. Because a woman of her stature needs to show up all done, not like myself, where I can be like all half made up, not made up.
But you took one before shot.
We do. We have one before.
We have one before shot. The only one that will ever be seen of me in life. EvePearl has it.
We have. Hopefully it came out. But actually, Genevieve has it as well, so she'll hold on to it. But really, we're just here to sort of send that information, make things easier. Also, hopefully, you guys will spread the word about the EvePearl products, because they really are makeup with skincare for every complexion. It's the first time Crystal got a chance to try it out, and. But in case you want to know exactly the colors that she has on, she's actually wearing, she's the tan. She's the tan foundation, the tan blush, and on her eyes, I put the Diva eye palette, and the 104 lashes, I believe, the Absolute, the 104. Yeah, and on her lips, I think she has a combination I mixed of Vampire Kiss and also the Hollywood Affair. Because she needed a little bit of red, a little bit of Vampire Kiss on there. That's all right. You could. She's so cute. And basically, I was attacking her, and we did a little menage, because I was doing a little makeup, and Palm. Fast. Yeah, it was like 3 of us. So I was doing a little stuff. Palm was doing a little stuff, because sometimes I think Joey has footage of it. We might be able to air it at one point or another. But anyway, Crystal, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you,
I want to give you up. We're gonna get some. Thank you very much.
Oh my gosh.
Here's us together, you guys.
Okay.
How she is.
I'm going to hang out in the back now.
Yeah, she's going to hang out in the back, and I'm going to thank you guys again. Okay, enough thank youing. But so basically, I think from what I remember, what Aina said about our promo, it's going to be for every $50 you spend, you're going to get our lip palette, which is this one right here, that has all the colors, every single color that we have. And in case you don't know what the colors are, basically on the back, you have all the colors written. I can't see a darn thing, but all of our lip colors are written back here, so you can, when you have your favorite, you can actually order it separately. Oh, look at that, he's handing me glasses, he's so cute. But I have my glasses right here, But just to show you, if you know what you're doing, you don't really need to be able to see very well. So for every $50, you get the lip palette, and I am closing that up. Am I forgetting anything other than getting you guys all in here to make sure we say goodbye? Can we have the whole group here? Come on in. Come on, we're going to get the whole group in here. Come on, group shot. Everybody, you too, Genevieve, let's go. Group shot for everybody. Everyone, leave your posts. And I want you guys to see all the hands it takes, because it does take a village to get this whole thing going. I want you to see this incredible team that I have. We'll bring Crystal back over here. Come on back then. And just a big shout out to Sharon, who had to deal with crazy technical difficulties here. Come over, Danielle. Even though you're here. Come on, Herberto. This is our whole team. Let's see, Palm, work on the shot. There you go.
Oh, I love
So there's the whole shot. There's the whole, come on, Herberto, don't destroy anything. We have like a big 6'3" guy. This is everyone getting the shot. This is the whole Eve Pearl team crew with our fantastic guest, Crystal Wright. And we've got Genevieve over there. So bye, you guys.
Bye.
Thank you.